In our last segment, we discussed Abel Trujillo's penchant for finishing his opponents. That's going to bring us to our top 5 for the week, which is the top 5 entertaining fighters in the UFC. Jessica, it is all you.
Thank you very much. All right, for number 5, I'm going to mention the former champion, Jon Jones. He is a very dynamic fighter. He is 21-1 with 9 TKOs and 6 submissions to his credit. So I love watching him fight. He's an exciting fighter.
He can do it all.
He does. He does everything well. Number 4, I'm going to go for Joe Lozon.
Oh, great choice.
He is one of my favorites to watch. I loved watching him on The Ultimate Fighter. He is always aggressive, always going forward. He has a sound grappling game, and he is vicious. Not to mention, he takes a lot of trips to the hospital, and that means that he had a really hard and exciting fight.
And a lot of trips to the bank, because he wins the most bonuses in UFC history. So, you know, it evens out.
Absolutely. Most exciting. And number 3, I'm going to go with Nick Diaz. Entertaining inside and outside of the octagon. This guy will talk to you while he's beating you up. He will lay down before he beats you up, and he will lay you down for the win. Very impressive sound grappler and boxer. Number 2, I'm going to go with Tony Ferguson, a former teammate over at Ring Training Center. This guy always brings the fight. He has sound boxing, grappling. He trains at 10th Planet, so they like a really funky kind of style, and very elusive, very tricky. He's definitely one of my favorites to watch. And number 1, I'm going to go with the champ, Robbie Lawler.
Great choice.
This guy has a huge amount of 5-round bloody brawls to his credit. He's 27-10-1 with 20 knockouts. That is insane. And all of his fights are exciting, and he always goes for the win.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Robbie Lawler's been fighting forever?
I feel like he has.
But he's still amazing. Like, I still want to see him fight every single Saturday.
He's only getting better.
Yes.
It's crazy to see him evolve.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, Brian, let's see what you got. Who's your top 5?
My number 5 would have to be RAFAEL dos Anjos.
Oh, big surprise there.
Pretty much, I mean, he's just coming up, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see someone coming up that you train with, that's achieving something that you ultimately want to achieve, you know what I'm saying, in your lifetime. And the way he's been finishing these guys lately is just amazing.
Very
and then
impressive.
number 4, I'd have to go with Nick Diaz. Just because, you know, he's got that Stockton slap down, you know what I'm saying? What's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? He's got that style. He's from the hood. He knows what's up. You know, I can relate. And number 3 would have to be Lyoto Machida, just because I like the fact that he's a respectful cat, you know what I'm saying? This guy comes in there, and he's got these kicks that just come out of nowhere. And you know, that's how you're usually going to get knocked out with these kicks. But somehow he finds a way to just land them at these sweet spots and finish you out.
Dragon magic.
Exactly. And number 2 would have to be Robbie Lawler, because, man, I've fought on 2 cards with him. And every single time this guy fights, like Jessica said, it's just a 5-round war, or it's just a knockout. This guy comes in, he comes to bang, and he just comes forward, and he's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And number 1 would have to be, you know, in my eyes, the GOAT, Anderson Silva. Just his unique way of movement and just style, you know, it was really one that people barely caught on to recently.
Yeah.
But just the way he just finishes fights and how relaxed he is, how poised he is in the cage, is, I mean, it's something good to see, you know, it's a good example to have.
Not just his offense, but his defense. The way he slips punches with just like the smallest movement you've ever seen. It's amazing. All right.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, I like your list. Let's go into my top 5. This was really hard, guys. All right, we'll see how I did. Number 5, Frankie Edgar. Frankie, one of my very favorite fighters to watch, and this was I still love this moment. Gray Maynard, what was that, UFC 125? Their second fight, absolutely insane. Frankie brings it no matter what. No matter if he is losing, no matter if he is up by a ton, Frankie Edgar will always come forward and always be exciting to watch. Absolutely love watching my fellow New Jerseyan perform in the octagon. Number 4, I've got Carlos Condit. This guy is one of the softest spoken men outside of the octagon, but inside, he's a sicko. He is a sick man. He is so talented. I mean, those elbows. He moved Thiago Alves' nose with his elbow. It was insane. The flying knee against the stun gun. I love Carlos Condit. Number 3, I've got Conor McGregor, because you know what? Mystic Mac, yes, he's very entertaining outside of the octagon, but inside, he does exactly what he says he's going to do. Nobody expected this to go 13 seconds against Jose Aldo, but Conor McGregor knew. I mean, Chad Mendes, at one point it looked like this was going to be a tough fight for Conor. He's getting taken down, but he came back and did what, again, he said he was going to do. So we really appreciate Mystic Mac's work inside and outside of the cage. Number 2, Diego Sanchez. Because
that's a great one.
That's a good one.
let's be honest, we all like to watch
This
Diego
guy
Sanchez walk to the octagon. Remember when he held the cross up and everything, and he's just screaming and yelling? And also, look at his fights. Rock'em Sock'em Robots in there. He is constantly covered in blood, but I kind of love it. So great job, Diego Sanchez. We appreciate you. And all of the things you do, especially your walkouts, keep those up. And number 1, the Cowboy, Donald Cerrone. He's entertaining outside of the cage. If you ever watch his life, what he likes to do besides fight is also very dangerous and scary and entertaining.
He's a daredevil.
But when he fights, he can win on the canvas with his grappling. He can win standing with his kickboxing. I mean, he is a very, very talented fighter, and Cowboy keeps it real. He's going to tell you he wants to drink a Budweiser and go wakeboard or something cool after his fight. I mean, he really doesn't care. He lives a very different lifestyle than most fighters.
I admire that.
Yeah, me too. It's very fun to watch. Well, thank you so much for your top 5, guys. This was a fun one. Coming up next is our social media segment, Rapid Fire. You guys sent in your questions on Twitter to @UFC_now using the hashtag UFC Now to Jessica and Brian. So find out if your question got selected. We'll be right back.